All right. So welcome, and we've got several things we're going to do tonight. Michael's going to open us with a centering prayer, and then we're going to do an activity called, I forgot.
I do that activity all the time.
The dark night of the soul. Don't get scared. I think, whoa.
Too funny.
Sit with candlelight and tell those stories. Okay. We do that in our classes because of the pitch and tone of your voice changes. Anyway, so whatever. So we're going to do an exercise called the Dark Night of the Soul, which actually I've done before, and I wasn't going to do it, but I changed my mind because I think we're at a point in this class, especially after the class last week, after Rumi. That discussion was just really exciting for me. How did other people feel about watching Rumi and studying that for the week? Did you enjoy the video?
Yeah.
It was lovely.
It was. And when Sue read to the group, it was really powerful. Yeah.
I had no idea who Rumi was, and now it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was involved with Sufi.
Yeah.
That was news.
And so all of these things. So Lissa and I have actually talked about after this class is over, instead of her, she's been tossing ideas around about what to do after this class is over. We've been talking now about doing a Rumi poetry reading in small discussion in the sanctuary for like an hour once a week. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
And where we read to each other, because what we were thinking of, wouldn't it have been great if someone would have read back to Sue? You know, just powerful. So, where we can read to each other and have it returned to us as gifts. So that is something we're thinking about. If people think that you would come, then that is something. And before we center, I want to take care of business.
Oh, yeah.
Before we do that. The other piece of business is, there's only 3 other people who took the Troward class. You were in Troward, no?
I was in science, original science and law.
Okay, but you 3 were in Troward. Do any of you, did you, Nancy lost the list of people who wanted the
Credit.
the credit to get the certificate for, in case you think you may go on to
Yeah, I
practitioner?
do, but I don't have the money to pay for it right now.
Okay.
If I can pay for it.
So right now it's $45, and she hasn't done it, so don't worry about that right now, so just let that ride. But, and if you want it for this class, it'll be $45. And then in the fall, that price is going up. In fact, they're changing, everything around. And so, you know, it'll be up to Barbara and John how much they want to comply with the new rules. But what it's, well, I probably shouldn't even mention it, but it's already out published. So it's going to be, everybody has to register for a class, pay $45 just to come into the class, and then it'll be $100 additional if you want to get the certificate. So my feeling is Barbara and John will not do the initial.
Yeah.
Well, who knows what Barbara and John will do? But that is the that's the theory of what's happening.
Well, most of the classes on most centers, you do pay to walk in the door.
The suggested donation or suggested payment varies, but it's upwards of $450 a class.
Well, that sucks, because then that leaves a lot of people out. We wouldn't have been able to go to any.
I know, and we look at our center and how many people have benefited. I benefited, most definitely, being able to come to class.
And it's growing.
Pardon?
And it's growing.
It is.
And having all the free classes online and stuff, you know.
That's right. I know, we're just
It's like a
amazing. The
beacon.
center is just awesome, because every other center I've attended, I've had to pay large sums of money. Large sums of money. So, that being said, are there any questions about that? About anything? So, we'll let Nancy know you would like that certificate.
Okay.
And Fran, no?
Well, I had taken quite a few classes, but I never paid for certificates because I figured I didn't want to be a practitioner.
Okay.
So,
Is that still true?
I don't know. We're all practitioners.
We are.
But to be credentialed, I guess, is a good thing.
We can go back because we have all the attendance sheets. We can go back and pull some of those.
Okay, 'cause
We should talk about that more depth.
okay.
Yep, definitely. Okay. And you don't need a certificate. Would you like a certificate?
I'm uncertain at the moment.
Okay, because if you do, then
Right.
I'd be willing to work with you and bring you up to speed for the class so that we could say that you're credentialed, that you've attended so that you could be. So just think about that. So we've got that going on. Okay? And if there's no other questions or anything, Michael's going to lead us in and center in prayer.
I'm hoping this is as much as a gift to everyone, and I don't know how it's going to do as a centering prayer. It's my first. It's by John Donahue. Somewhere out at the edges, the night is turning and the waves of darkness begin to brighten the shore of dawn. The heavy dark falls back to earth, and the freed air goes wild with light. The heart fills with fresh, bright breath, and our thoughts stir to give birth to color. I arise today in the name of silence, womb of the word, in the name of stillness, home of belonging, in the name of solitude of the soul and the earth. I arise today blessed by all things, wings of breath, delight of eyes, wonder of whisper, intimacy of touch, eternity of soul, urgency of thought, miracle of health, embrace of God. May I live this day compassionate in heart, gentle in word, gracious in awareness, courageous in thought, present in joy, and generous in love. Blessed be.
This is me.
Okay. So let's take that and take another moment of silence and set our intention for the class. Knowing that as we move through the exercise and the discussion, that there is only love and support, compassion, joy, and community. And so it is.
And so it is.
So in the student workbook, there was the dark night of the soul. Let you read about it. And people, I can read it out loud, some of it if you want, but it's a process that really does kind of stretch us just a little bit in this artificial way, because we're sitting in here, and bring us back to source, and like has us go out into some of that stuff that we carry around with us, and then helps us let some of that go. And so when we're done with the exercise itself, I'll probably ask you to stop and journal a little bit. I'll be giving you a piece of paper as well. And so just hide that because it's my letter from Barbara. Letter of recommendation. So, okay. So, did people get a chance to read this? Inevitably, we're called to face our shadows. And both Goldsmith and Nepo say that we don't really grow unless we've faced our shadows, right? Because there's nothing to bounce off of. That's why we have challenges in our life, so that we reach a point of like, yay, you know, we're doing so good. I'm so spiritually healthy. I'm going to the center. Everything is wonderful. Everything is cool, and we'll talk about this a little bit more. And then we hit these spots, like, I don't know, like our car breaks down, and then at the same time we're in a fight with our significant other, and then at the same time something else happens, and something else happens, and you just feel like, what, you know, like, what's it all for? Like, why am I doing this? And then you go to the center and you get a treatment, or you listen to one of the ministers and you go, oh yeah. And it gets better, but it never goes back up. It's like that initial high, right? You don't ever get back there unless you deal with the confronting issues down here. And then there's that theory, you know, it's like we have to turn away from the condition to move forward, and at the same time, we can't ignore the problems that continue to manifest, because our minds create them, and they're going to stay that way unless we provide solution to let them go, right? So that's what we do in a treatment session with someone, is that we talk and we ask questions, and then we provide a treatment, and we hope that that energy was shared and that kind of thing. And so that's what this is. And so we're all going to be doing one big treatment session, really, because we're mystics. And we can do that. Yes, sir.
I read a lot of Carlos Castaneda, and he talks about, you know, conquering your giants. It's the same thing. It's that conquering your giants. Castaneda, you know, it's that dark night of the soul, conquering your giants. And in this teaching, you're absolutely right. You get to a certain point, and you're like, well, everything's wonderful. And if you haven't dealt with that internal stuff, it'll come back. And it's like you're going to the top of the mountain. You still have to take every step. You know?
Right. That's right.
And either if you don't deal with it, you're going to have to deal with it.
Right. Right. And Mark Nepo talked about that in the reading for this week as well, and about reaching those moments where he thought maybe his cancer had returned, and that he was just devastated, and he thought, why am I going through all of this again and again? This isn't I love this book. It's an amazing book. And Goldsmith is very much more factual about it. He's kind of like, deal with your crap, because you know, if you don't like that, he does really in a way that they phrased it in the 50s, in the 20s or something. Okay, so here is how we do it. And then we'll have time for sharing and writing, like I said. So, everybody take just 4 stickers of yellow. Just 4. Okay, and go ahead and pass them around, and I'll come and pick them up in the middle. Same thing with the turquoise. 4 of each color.
Rainbow.
4 of each color. Has anyone done this exercise before? Okay. And then 2 sheets of white paper.
You gave me 4.
Like you do, Brenda.
I'm glad you joined us.
You're
glad that got ratio.
Good pictures.
I was like, hey, there's only 4. I'm sorry you can't have it, there's only 4.
I live in a budget world, I know it's all
Then there they were.
There's more than enough sticky notes for
And
everyone.
everyone's got 2 sheets of white paper? All right.
No. What'd you get me for?
And you get 2. Okay. Great. Okay, so let's put everything off so that we can focus on these things in front of us. You don't need to take notes. If you want, I'll make photocopies of the exercise so that you can do it with other groups or another time. But let's just focus on this. So it doesn't matter what color you do these things on. You pick your color. But on one color, I want you to write the names of 4 people who have been important to you. Pick one color for names. And just write 4 names of people that have been important to you.
So 1 on each paper?
Yep. And separate them.
It doesn't have to be somebody that we met?
No,
Okay.
no. Someone important to you.
So 4 different sheets of paper?
Yes. Yes, but one color.
Oh,
Go ahead and separate them. And another color. You ready?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay. Let me know when you're all ready, when you've got your 4 names down.
4 names that
Means something to you, if someone's important to you. Ready or no?
No.
Oh, okay. You'll let me know, right?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
I'll hush.
Bless you.
Okay. Now we're good? Okay. So on another color, pick another color and write the material things that you have that are important to you.
You wanted to name
All of the names on one color, same color. I saw you do that with the first ones too.
Oh,
Would you like
no,
to?
no, that's all
Okay.
right. That's
All right.
Yeah,
You sometimes make those choices.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see that.
Okay, 4 of any color in the basket because this program's just really not cutting it. We've lost people in our lives, and now we're kind of losing these tangible threads that we thought were so clear just a few weeks ago.
The teachers not following directions.
All right. Let's just take a deep breath. And just when you think it can't get any worse. I know. You lose your sense of spirit. Doubt sets in. Your faith is challenged. And you don't have a clue about the nature of God. It seems that even spirit has abandoned you. You feel dry. No one seems to understand or be able to comfort you, and you are tempted to return to the former ways. But you can't. You've come too far. And all you can do is witness and be with what is happening in you. And I want you to place 4 more stickers in the basket.
No.
4 more. You know that you're at the end, but you can't go back and you're not moving forward. So where are you?
You can't make me.
Oh, I can't. But I can hire Drew.
Yes, you can.
Okay?
For chocolate.
4 more. Okay. Okay. So, even though your prayer life, well, no, I'm going to go to this one. And life continues to be a challenge. It just continues to be a challenge. And you remain steadfast, though. Just in your spiritual practice that you continue. There's something that you've continued to hold on to, perhaps. Maybe not. Maybe you've let go of your spiritual practice, too. Either way, you're still coming to the center. That's spiritual practice in itself, even if it wasn't one you wrote down. But life continues to be a challenge, and you see a practitioner. You pray, you meditate, and you journal. And you spend more time than usual in meditation, so you can listen for that still small voice that guides and directs you. You find some moments of respite in these spiritual practices, and you know it's time to surrender to the indwelling presence. And so you've set your intentions. You've been finding some comfort, and now that too seems to be ending. But not only times of prayer and contemplation, you don't even want to engage in them anymore. So you talk to your practitioner, and what's the use? Once again, you've lost the practice which has sustained you. And now I want you to place, if there's anything of material possessions left, unless you've already let that go, if you have a material possession left, I want you to put it in here.
Oh.
Sorry. I didn't write the exercise. But let's just hold with this, because we've all been here. We've all been here. A material possession, if you have one left. No. Okay. Okay. So even though your prayer life is arid, it's fruitless, it feels hopeless, you continue anyway. And you trust. You trust the people at the center, and you trust your practitioner who encourages you to continue. Then one day, something changes. There's a richness and a depth that wasn't there before. Right? Something has come back. And you continue to pray, and you feel a presence. You feel a relationship with the divine, just a little bit. And you feel a little more hopeful, because you've continued to be here and to be practicing. You feel like you may know the oneness of life. You feel like you may have established an awareness of the inner witness, and you practice letting it behold. And you're definitely walking now in witness consciousness. You're trying again, and you're taking those steps again. Your finances flourish. You start being more productive in your job. Life is good. And you can take 4 stickers of any color back. It doesn't have to be yours. It can be anybody's. You can look at them, and you can take 4. But you only have a couple of seconds to do that.
Couple seconds.
Well, I'm not going to say minutes, because minutes go on forever. You have a minute to think about which one you want. 4. You can take 4 back of any color.
Oh, do we read it or just?
Yeah, no, you can read it. Take a quick look at them. Your life is getting better again. What are you going to regain in your life?
You want to put them on the board and have us all look at them at the same time?
No.
Wait. I do many of them.
Okay.
Okay.
You got 4? Let's
Yes.
move on. Because life doesn't just wait for us to decide, it just keeps happening. Pick 4.
I need a paint.
Got it.
I have 2 mops.
You guys hold
Two
the
mops.
energy in the room.
Sorry.
Because we have people over here who are feeling like I have to wait till everybody goes through them. What is that about?
Come on, Bridgie, start digging.
I didn't look, I just picked.
All right.
So it's consciousness of polite society.
Oh no.
It's
And
yours.
there's always
No,
enough,
no.
It's
right?
yours.
There's always enough. We always get exactly what we need.
Books, really?
That's yours.
You got 4? So you don't need to find your own, just take any
Well, I'm
one.
just saying if you wanted it, that was there.
Look at my car and bicycle. Now I could be hospitable and learn about Tesla.
Just hold it, sit with it. Okay, I'm going to move it, oh, okay. Here you go, sweetie.
So this is the one I find is mine.
Okay, you got 4?
I have 3.
Okay,
I can.
there you go. You got 4?
Seattle.
All right.
Yeah.
Just fine.
I didn't look at them and pick them.
Robert.
Okay,
You picked what?
you get 2 more?
You don't know who Robert is?
I didn't look at them, I just took them out. Way more fun.
You good there?
I am.
Okay. All right. Okay, so life is good. It's picking up a little bit. Things are happening. Things are coming back into your life. Maybe it was people. Maybe it was a possession or an item that you valued. Maybe it was a spiritual practice that you picked up again. And life is good. Life is good. And then after some time, this productive and rich life, some old, needy, unwieldy belief comes sneaking back in. There it is again. Right? Oh my God, I feel like I have a cold coming on. Oh geez, there's all these things that are happening. And this time though, it comes back with a vengeance and you can't shake it. It's just there, right? I've had that. I've had that in this practice numerous times where all of a sudden I just feel poor and uneducated and dirty and just no one loves me. And I could stand here and walk in and walk out and feel like no one has looked at me, or that I have no community. I talk to Barbara and John and I don't get any response, right? It's like, what is it that I'm not having? What is it that is wrong with me, right? That's what I always come back to. And you feel guilty that you're even experiencing it because you're in science of mind. Everything should be so much better. We should all feel loved. We should all be healthy. We should all be rich, right? We should have friends and people and community and all of that that's supposed to be here, and it's not here. Where is it? Have you ever felt like that? Have you ever felt like that here? Or in a spiritual center of a different one? There's no sense of who you are. Depression sets in. Darkness of the subconscious stuff keeps coming and it's overwhelming. You feel like you may have lost your identity. Things are okay, like business-wise, really. Work is going okay. You still have money. But the spiritual practices are falling to the side. I want you to place any stickers with any belief systems in these baskets. Any belief systems in the basket.
Does that mean spiritual practice, like what you said when we were doing the list?
No, there was a difference between spiritual practice and a belief system.
Okay.
We live with a belief
Oh, got you,
system.
got you. Okay.
One or all of them?
Pardon?
All of them?
All of your ones with spiritual with belief system.
Okay.
Except the one we want to keep, right?
Nope. Oh.
Okay?
That is extremely interesting.
All right. Just when you think, actually, that it cannot get any worse. Some people, you should really only have 8 in front of you. 4, actually, 4 to 8. Oh, but that's right. People took different things out. Sorry, my mistake. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? But see, that's me. I'm like taking everything away from you. Everything, you're losing everything. Just when you think you can't get any worse, you lose your sense of spirit. Everything doubles up, doubt sets in, your faith is challenged, and you don't have a clue about the nature of God. It seems even spirit has abandoned you. You feel dry. No one seems to understand or be able to comfort you. You're tempted to return, but you can't. You've come too far. All you can do is witness and be with what is happening within you. So be present with the loss of what's going to happen. I want you to place all of the remaining stickers in this basket. You've lost everything. Everything is gone. Everything is gone. Let's just stay with that a minute. Everything is gone. You feel like there's nothing left. It's a horrible feeling. Painful. I could cry right here. You question everything. You wonder what the purpose is. What does it mean when we've gotten to that place? In some programs they call it hitting bottom. In the AA program they call it hitting bottom, and that you can't really come back up until you've hit bottom. And sometimes that's what it feels like spiritually when we come here. So take a couple of minutes and write on one of these pages. We'll just take 5 minutes and write, what are the feelings that you have? Is there anger? Is there sadness? Hopelessness? Happy, sad, glad, mad, and fear are the primary emotions. Happy, sad, glad, mad, and fear if you can't think of anything else. Write what it feels like to have lost everything in this process. How it's come and gone. What is it like to lose that car, to lose those people that you love, the spiritual programs that you've depended on, to sit down and meditate and just get back up. How much shame is there and guilt at being a failure? This is what they call the dark night of the soul, that moment when you hit bottom and you feel like there's nothing left. You can keep writing if you want. And as you continue in this, you encounter fear and anger, shame, guilt, hurt, layer after layer of feelings. And what we're going to do is look at that and see what else there is. As we move through these feelings, there's faith, right? There has to be something else there. There's a radical, what they call a radical faith in trust, that this can't be all there is. There has got to be something else. Because that's what it means when you hit bottom. It's like, I can't do this anymore, right? So what's the radical faith and trust that you work through? There's nothing else you can do. Anything you do seems to be counterproductive. And so you continue in this witness mode where you can see yourself being angry at the littlest things, hopeless at things that would previously have given you hope. You look at it and you're like, but you witness yourself. It's like you're on the outside watching yourself in this position. And you know it's not where you want to be. You know that little by little you start remembering that light overcomes that darkness, right? that light is all there really is. That those things are dissolved little by little, and that you witness the light of the I am. And if you write I am on your piece of paper, just write I am underneath what you've written. Write it again, I am. And write it again, I am, in bigger, bolder letters. I am. And then say it with me. I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am. I am. And as you become to experience the I am with the oneness of life and the divinity and the divine presence, you know, you realize the eternal essence of you has never made a mistake. You didn't make a mistake. You haven't been hurt. You haven't been banished, right? You haven't done something wrong. You're not responsible for the things that have happened in that sense. You are the divine, and you are the I am. And so write I am again. You are the experience and the oneness of life. At a time when you know that you were not, you have moved into the consciousness of oneness. And now realize, take a moment and realize the internal presence and essence of you that's never done that mistake, that's never been hurt, never harmed or endangered, can never age and will not die. This is who you are. This is who you are. You understand the meaning of seek first the kingdom of God, and all else will be added to you. For your life is restored to you in ways that are more wonderful than you can imagine. So feel that. Know that you can lift from the bottom to the high that you experienced that quickly with faith. That you are. That I am. The divine. And each of you take 16 out of here, just randomly, don't read them, just 16. Don't read them, just take 16. Put them in front of you like a grid. You need some more?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's more coming. 16.
No.
Did you get on?
Do you need some? You guys got 16?
No.
Fran, you got 16?
7.
4 fours.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
8,
That's all right.
9, 10.
That's all right.
I got money.
11. What?
You need some more over here?
4.
You need 4?
11, 12, 13. 4.
You need 4. I've got 3 here.
I need 1.
You need 1, so someone's got more than
I've got
16. You've got 1. Here's 1.
Contemplating.
I
got Stevie Nicks.
Hey, give it back.
Hold it. Hold your consciousness here. Hold it and let's see what happens. 16 each.
No, I'm missing.
You need 1. We need 1 here. It'll show.
Yeah, give me a
I
moment.
didn't put in, oh, I put it in.
I got 2, you won.
You had 1 that you didn't put in?
No, I didn't put it in the last time.
That's
I did
okay.
that one.
That's all right. So we might be short 1, is that what you're saying?
No,
I
I
have my
Oh,
put it
okay.
in.
Okay.
I've got enough.
You got 16, how many you got?
Okay, someone wants to.
You've got 15. So we're short. How did that
Wait, how
happen?
many do I have? Oh, I'm one short.
Right.
I have 15, not 16. I didn't
You've
realize
got
that. till-
15, so we're still.
I
not
actually
short.
have 15 as well.
You have 15 as well.
I thought I counted 16, but I have 15.
So Mark doubled, and you have 16? No, you're short one too.
Maybe they're stuck together.
Are they
What about the
stuck
bottom of the
together?
basket?
Those are yours, no?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I might be
You're 15
miscounting.
also. You've got 15.
How many should we have?
16.
All in
Well,
total?
here's 3. Who needs one?
13.
I think Drew did too, right?
I'm good. No, I'm good.
I
Okay.
needed one.
You needed one,
I have no idea who.
and you needed
I've
one.
got the names of people, I had no idea who they
Sure.
are.
Look at all the people I
You have
have.
16.
I
She's
got
got
men.
16. Now you
What?
have 16.
Well, somebody wrote men on the
But you're
piece of
still short
paper,
one.
so I have
I'll
men.
put one up.
That's okay. So we're
Okay.
still short one.
A Richard, a Robert.
Hmm.
I have that too. And a George.
Okay. So just hold this now. Look at what you've got,
Uh-huh.
what Spirit has given you, what the divine presence in you has accomplished. You made it through the dark night of the soul. You've come out on the other side. Faith is restored. Happiness, laughter, joy, some surprise that like, oh my gosh, like I wouldn't have expected that in my life. And write again, a few minutes. Just take a couple minutes and write about what that feels like to have come on the other side and regain things that you didn't know, some that you didn't know you had lost. Things that you wouldn't have expected. Things come to us in the most unexpected ways.
Do that again, say how it feels to receive it.
Yeah, how does it feel to receive it? Look at what you've got.
On page 2 or on the back? Or
It
matter?
doesn't really matter. I gave 2 because some people will write a lot and some won't. One could be loss and one could be receiving.
I think it's David Watson. Whoever that is.
You don't.
Just write about it. Stay with it and really feel what that feels like. Think of it like finding a $20 bill up against the curb. It's like, oh my gosh, life is happening to me right now.
I did.
Or a friend comes to you out of the past and you go, oh my God, it's so good to see you. answer, did you learn anything about yourself in this exercise? Was there something that you learned about yourself? Write that down. If you need another sheet of paper, I've got more here. What did you learn about yourself? What was happening, this is another question, what was happening in your consciousness as you were losing the things that you loved? What was happening? What did you learn about yourself? And what was happening in your consciousness? And then, the last thing to think about is that if you were going to share an insight or a revelation or a question, what would that be? Write that down. An insight, a revelation, or a question. Could be all three, or you could write one of those that you want to share with this group. A question, a revelation, or an insight from this exercise. What would you share with the group? Write it down. Okay, when people are finished writing, we're going to take just a quick 5-minute break because Michael's going to do it, but we're going to talk a little bit more. But here's the thing, I don't want you to, you can talk about anything else, but you can't talk about this exercise. Don't go out in the hall, in the lobby, and start sharing about it. Just hold on to it, talk about something else, get some coffee or chocolate if there's any left, go to the bathroom. But you have 5 minutes if you're done. Come back at 20 after.
Oh, you're meditating on
Okay.
Okay, well, so let's come back, and Drew's coming in now. And just breathe a minute, let's center again. And before we start sharing, because I think that a lot of things come up, even when I'm just reading this stuff, things come up for me, and I'm not really, participating. It's pretty, I think it's profound. And then some people have no feeling towards it one way or the other. But for others, it can be quite emotional. And as we share, I would like the people who maybe have tried this on their own to be aware of the emotions, and that the emotions are perfectly acceptable and normal and anticipated, and that it's okay. And to call the center if you have a question. You can call me. My phone number is in the back of it's on the practitioner list on the website. So feel free to call me if you have a question, because we're going to turn this off so that there's comfort and sharing in the room. So we'll come back at the treatment. Thank you. And as we receive these offerings, we know that there is only one life, one presence, one omnipresent spirit that is in and through everything. And I know that that presence is here now. I know it is in here. I know it is in my heart. I know it is in the way that I live my life. I know that I am divinely guided and divinely blessed. I know that this is true for me. And I know that this presence is true for everyone present, everyone listening, everyone that we touch. For each one of us, I know that we are gifted with the divine, that we are gifted with the divine in place, and that we are gifted with the divine as we move through this world. I know that there is perfect choice in this. I know that there is perfect viability of life in this, and that there is only health, that there is only joy and love in relationships. I know that each of us are loved, and I know that we are loved in that sense of peace and harmony and joy. And as I know this, I am so grateful. I feel so blessed to be among this joy and this peace and this love, the camaraderie and the heartfelt support that is here tonight. I am blessed, I am gifted, and I anchor this knowing that as we go forth stronger. As we go forth as one, in one mind, one body, one soul, the divine presence within each. And I say, and so it is.
So it is.
All right.
For help putting the tables back, these 3 tables go on this row. Kate's table goes to the top of that row, and these 2 go to the top of this row.
And as some people do that, other people can help in the kitchen perhaps.
What do we do with these?
Throw them away.
What?
Well, unless you want
You
to.
mean recycle them?
Unless you want to use them.
Recycle,
Yeah,
right?
you can put it in the recycle bin.
You're making the trees
Here,
cry.
you can put that in the recycle bin for me. Thank you.